we are part of a collective titled 1217. We create things, music, poetry. We support the community, you know, but what I really want to talk about is right now. What's happening right now. What's relevant right now. So my brother, how you feel?
I'm feeling great. Glad.
Indeed.
Glad.
So when we look at Newark is transforming. I didn't have a carousel growing up.
Sure did.
You know, what's the biggest difference you see between now and we growing up?
For one, it took away a lot of programs. A lot of programs that was here when I was growing up was not here. But they are introducing a lot of new programs. It's just not targeted to us. That's what it is. That's what this misunderstanding is happening in my eyes.
You know, I asked that question because on a macrocosm, you know what I mean, on the big scale, then on a microcosm, on a small scale, it's like life is happening. Things are changing, we're evolving. When you think about where you are right now, if we have what we have now when we were growing up, how would your life have been different?
See, that's hard because we had a lot of things. I know at least in my youth, there was a lot of things at our disposal. A lot of things like the older generation was really pointing you and showing you and taking you and was hands-on. Right now, it's not a lot of hands-on.
That's a different conversation. You see, because you're talking about you're speaking on when we view life like it takes a village. See that like so what's more important? Having all the lights and cameras in the programs, or really having your community actually
Community. Because all the programs is no good without no community. If you don't have no one to teach, how do you have programs? You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to teach people to help them feed the community, to help the community grow, to expand. But that's what we're doing right now. We expanding our brand. We're expanding who we are as an individual and also as a unit. 1217. Yes, you're Jimmysodope. I'm Funami 972, but we are 1217. And this is a lifestyle. And this is what we give into the world. This is what we push it out. That's the energy that we send out.
understood, and that's how it has to be. Especially in the time right now, where it's okay to be somebody else. You know, we used to call them biters. He biting. You know. Right now, you get championed for imitation, for copycatting somebody's whole formula and making it yours in whatever way you do. So when I think about 1217, I think about just awareness of self. You know, at what point in life did you realize, wow, I'm Funami 973?
Oh, I knew that for a while. It was really, for me, my eye-opening is when I realized that I was actually worth something. When I realized I was actually worth something, that made me realize that I had power. I always knew that I was somebody because I was somebody in my hood. I was somebody in my hood all the time. But what happens when you get outside of that hood? That's when you find out what's your worth, who you are. Then when you face with adversity, that's when you find out your strengths. Because it's all good when it's everything up and popping. Everybody has it. It's when you down, you're back against the wall, that's when you find out who you are and who around you.
Indeed. I mean, if I had to answer that question for myself, it wasn't too long ago. You know, my mind state was always, I'm gonna be a great help. You know what I mean? Whatever the situation is, I'm gonna make sure I add value to that situation, as opposed to me having my own situation. That's why I go super dummy, ridiculous hard right now. And there's room for more.
Yes,
always room for more effort. You know, so I mean, next question be, you know, we've been pushing this broken heart for quite some time, man. And in all fairness, it's going third year. You know, when you first seen it, how did it resonate with you?
See, for me, that's why I love when people ask us what do we got the heart do. And I always say, when Jimmy gonna tell you, it's similar to what I'm gonna tell you, but that's his story. This is my story. You know what I'm saying? When you see that diamond heart, you know that a diamond is precious. So you know that your heart is precious. But then when you realize that it's broken, then you gotta understand that we went through hardships. Everybody, through relationships, jobs, work, whatever the case may be, we go through hardships. So your heart's broken because you're expecting certain things, and when it don't happen, you are broken. But because this is a diamond, the pieces are still there, that broken heart is only temporary. To put it up, pick yourself up, and keep pushing. And keep pushing. And make sure that diamond shines like it's supposed to. Like it's supposed to.
So, you know, like, people go through things, whether it's death, whether it's, you know, loss of love, whether it's, you know, the dog might run away. You feel me? It's so much trouble in the world. You know, and what I appreciate about the broken heart is that, like you said, like all the pieces are still there. You know, and love is like the glue. You know what I mean? It's gonna put it back together. You know, we gonna mend this thing back together. But you gotta love yourself. You gotta heal yourself. You know, we roll with Aaliyah. Aaliyah's my healer. She's our healer. But she can't heal us. She can't heal you. She can't heal me. We have to be willing participants. So the same thing goes for your own journey. If you're not willing to put the effort and the work in to forgive yourself, love yourself, accept yourself, and heal yourself, you're gonna keep running into that wall until you decide that I don't have to put this wall up no more. I'm anti that wall. Anti that wall. You know, and I just, you know, and you know, bro, you're going through a lot, man. Whew. Bro, you're going through a lot, and I certain things that you're going through that I haven't. It's that simple. You know what I mean, I haven't. I don't know what the back to the cop car looked like. You know what I mean? I don't know what it looked like. You feel me? So it's like I know that we walk down different paths. So us interacting is special in and of itself that we come and we link together on this level to create the greatness that we have in such a short period of time. But when you think about your situation, it's not about what you would do differently. We can't go back to the past. We can't rewind nothing, right? But what are you learning from what you've gone through, and how are you applying it moving forward?
What I went through made me who I am. If I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be who I am. I had to spend 6 years in solitude. I had to. The super ass said, I had to. You know what I'm saying? But then, during that adversity, I found out who I was. That forced me to dig into myself. When you're forced in a room where you're not allowed a TV, you're not allowed radio, you're going outside every 70 hours for 1 hour. It's rough. It's rough.
Oh man, like that's crazy. I ain't seen since high school. It's crazy. Bro, we messed up. We been messed up. We been messed up. Handshake, nigga.
It's good, Joe.
But that's on Danny.
Like Instagram, Google, nigga. Jimmysodope.
Gotcha. Good evening.
Good evening.
It's 12:17. We in the building.
You know,
Gotta have a good time.
one thing I'm committed to, bro, I am committed to enjoying my life. Do you know when I started making music, actually my dad passed away, that was the beginning of a very dark place for me. I didn't believe in myself, I didn't believe in the people around me, and I know it's because they didn't believe in themselves neither. And I wanted to do something, but I didn't know what that thing was. And I finally, I tore my ACLs playing ball. That's what happened. You know, I couldn't play basketball no more. Once I couldn't play basketball anymore, I was sitting in the house. We used to battle rap freestyle. We was big fans of battle rap. And I started writing a record. My first record titled My Favorite Song. I wrote the first verse, my big brother Ant, Peace to Ant, D, Pooh, Hurt, the whole family, Dixon family. And I wrote a verse, and my man Ant like, bro, I'm like, Ant, write a verse, write the second verse, because he was an actual rapper. He said, man, can't nobody back that up when somebody like Hove or Tip or whoever. I said, man, I took the big bottle with E&J, went back in the room, put pen to pad, came back in less than whatever amount of time, and that was my first song. And the consensus was, they were like, bro, if you ever quit making music, we're gonna jump you. I've been making music consistently since. And it's been constant elevation because I seen firsthand how words could touch somebody. How I watch words before I touch the stage, before I hit the studio. I watch my words make people think. Make people think. You know, it's just a fresh perspective to the everyday struggle. So, you know, think about your music. You know, I'm a big fan of your music. I love the authenticity of your voice. You sound like you ain't imitating nobody. You know, your energy on stage is infectious. You know, what's the thing that keeps you pushing in a time where authenticity is not what's up?
Born and raised in Dayton Street Projects, where you was forced to survive. You was forced to stand on your own. You know what I'm saying? It was corny to copy other people. So you had to stand on your own. Or you was gonna get beat up for copy. You feel me? So, Dayton Street Project, North New Jersey, shaped and molded me, made me who I am. They made me a go-getter and made me go get it. You know what I'm saying? I got a song that I made called Dreams. Like, I broke down a lot with that song. You know what I'm saying? I explained to you how, at the age of 13, my mother died of HIV. You know what I'm saying? How I was incarcerated, how I had my son while I was in prison, and until he turned 14, that's all he knew of me was him in prison. I only could see him through a plexiglass. I mentioned that in there. Like, that whole song was a real true statement, you know? Me going through them suicidal thoughts, me actually having a gun in my hand, loaded up, with the bullet in there, and pulled the trigger, but it jammed. Like, that's a true state. I really did that. I really did that when my mother died. And that let me know that I'm supposed to be here. That let me know that. And my grandmother, she honestly put it in me. You're supposed to be here. You're the head of the household. So I had no choice but to be here. I cannot conform to someone else. I have to be me. I have to. With Morgan bloodline is too strong.
You know, like a lot of things. You know, I have a record called Gold. You know, that's one of my. I mean, I have three consecutive projects where it was all about just releasing trauma, just all about just giving my pain, just putting it on records, getting it out of me, so I could touch other topics confidently and also hone my craft. You know, on the record Gold, I recorded at the Penthouse, you know, young brother from the number block. Sold a little weed, but I seen a lot. First my daddy died, then my brother shot. See my neighbor killed, and I called the cops. Asked me what's my name, then the caller shot. Sorry, cop, I don't know nothing. You feel me? Fact to the story. Fact. You know, 2 houses down from that, from where I seen my first door neighbor get killed from the 3rd floor. 2 houses down, my baby brother got shot in the drive-by, in the leg twice. The bullet just came out his leg a couple years ago. He was 7 when it happened. You know, so growing up on South 8th, the number blocks. I didn't know y'all called it the number blocks outside of there. We just called it North. This is South 8th. It's 8th. Not even 8th. You know, growing up in that environment, pain was normal. Pain was an everyday thing. So there's no wonder why. It's easy for me to understand why I gravitate so much to this. I remember the day I sketched this out. You know. So what's one of the things that you could tell a young brother or sister when they're going through some type of pain? What's one of the things you could, give them something that they could say to get through it?
They gotta do it themselves. Every individual has a different answer, to be honest. So there's no one answer to solve every problem for every individual.
Well, when you say dig into yourself, when my 22-year-old self would say how, what does that mean? I've been thinking about it a lot. I talk about it a lot.
And that's when the dialogue happens. because I have to learn you as an individual.
Right.
Okay, what you been thinking about? What you been going through? Okay, how did that shape your thinking? What are you thinking now? Where do you see yourself 5 years? If you're thinking, have you even thought about yourself in 5 years? Because I know a lot of my guys that I grew up with, and even a lot of these young cats now, they don't even think they're going to make it at 25. I know I didn't. Keeping it down. I didn't think about no 25. 25, you was old.
Tupac died at 25.
My point is that 25, you old.
I thought he was an elder.
My point is that City of Newark, 25, you old. And I know that's like that in many cities throughout this nation, throughout this world.
Yeah, but the black boys don't live too long.
Exactly.
I feel you. I feel you. So, how does it feel when you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror? How does it feel knowing where you come from? When you get a whiff of where you headed?
I'm blessed. I say that every day. Good day. I'm blessed. I'm blessed just to be here. Because technically, if it was up to the United States of America, if it was, I'm being honest.
Talk about it.
I'm supposed to still be in prison. They telling me my eligibility wasn't until 2023. I'm sitting here right now, military call.
In the same light, if it's up to the United States of America, I'll be in there with you. or in the ground, get with flowers on them.
Better believe.
You know, so first of all, I'm proud of you. Proud of you. You know what I mean? Like we go through a lot, bruh. We go through a lot, and we have so much resistance from trying to be positive influences, so much resistance from the government, from family members who don't understand, from homies who don't get it, from women who just leeches, you know, from fake opportunities. There's so much resistance from our own mind state. There's so much resistance from, this is what I want, this is what I see in my imagination. How do I manifest?
You know what's crazy? Because here it is, we pushing positive, right? And it's hard to even contact. It might even be hard to contact 1,000 people. But the moment I do something negative, ooh, I got at least 1 million people on my back.
Yeah.
So you see the contrast? That's crazy.
You know, I've dealt with that, you know, and the idea of dumbing the music down or dumbing the message down. One thing I highly respect about Tupac is that on the surface, one can say that that's what's happening, but there was never a moment, there's never a song where there's no jewels being dropped in it. Like Jay-Z has jewels dropped. I don't like saying people's names, you feel me?
Yeah,
but it's a lot of records out here from today's artists where they're dropping jewels in these records. So it could be negative on the surface, but who are we speaking to? It may be negative to you because you don't speak the lingo. You don't understand that we're not even talking to you. This message is not intent. You don't live that life. You know nothing about it. We ain't talking to you.
But we are talking to you.
You hear us.
Because in psychology, they got this thing called coping.
Yep.
That I don't have to necessarily go through what you go through to understand what you go through. I don't physically have to do it. All I have to do is listen and understand your story. And then have empathy to it, and then I can actually went through that same process. So even though it's not directly to you, it's still to you.
Sure, you're getting it, you know, and I agree with that, you know, because it's young brothers out here that need to know the other side to the hustler narrative. That yeah, you can make some money out here, you can make some bread, which is you know all do you get it how you live. I ain't judging nobody, but beware that there is another side to it. That there are consequences that you may or may not be able to dodge.
Whew. That
will impact more than yourself. Because you got a mama that love you, you might have children, you got shorties that love you, you know, so it's necessary. Some brothers like yourself are very necessary. And again, that's why I'm proud of you, you understand? Like it's so easy to get caught up in the money and just get it with no exit plan.
Yeah. No exercise. Woo! They do not have no. You got people out here right now. They risking their life for a pair of sneakers, man. And that's it. A pair of sneakers in an outfit.
Yeah.
They don't even care. That's the sad. Like they don't even care. And when you bring it up to them, you talking about I'm fresh. You don't like these fit. Is you thinking about the future? You got kids, right? Did you buy some diapers? Did you buy some formula? Is you even thinking about? Is your kids gonna grow up if you think about they gonna break the cycle and go to college if that's what they need to be because you don't necessarily have to go to college, but if they wanted to, you're not even setting up yourself to help your children. You're not setting up
generational wealth.
Exactly, and that's my mission.
That's the only mission.
That's my mission. Stop the train.
Generational wealth, and then let's teach it. Again, like we said earlier. Are you teaching them how to fish, or are you serving them tilapia? They hungry, so they gonna eat that. They gonna eat that tilapia.
Yeah.
Or are you teaching them how to fish? And that has to be the underlying tone going into the future because there's so many false prophets out here, and not even in a negative sense, because some don't even know that what they're doing could be more effective. Not that they're not effective, they could be more effective.
Yeah.
So what's the conversation really? What's really the conversation that we're having? Is it about egos or is it about growth? Is it about the future or is it about yesterday?
Honestly, it's about every day. It's about every single thing that you just said. Because you got to have a little bit of ego to have growth. You got to think about yesterday to think about tomorrow. And they tell you that in elementary school. The past represents the present represents the future. So it all matters. It's about having a balance. It's just like you can't do all negative and don't have no positive. You can't do all positive and there's no negative. It's going to be a balance. It's you finding that balance that works for you. Everybody got a different formula. Everybody has a different strategy. But there's enough room in this whole world for everyone to succeed.
So, I mean, what does the future hold for you, my brother?
Natural causes, when you talk about money, natural causes, I'm going to be a billionaire. As long as I'm going to be a billionaire. As long as I die of natural causes, I'm going to be a billionaire.
I like that a lot.
I'm going to be a billionaire.
Lord willing, I die of natural causes,
I'm going to be a
billions.
I'm going to be a billionaire. No ifs, ands, and buts about it.
That's the thing. See, I'm kind of divorced from that. I'm going to be as if I'm not that person already. Like I know that I am. I don't really use billions. Just in being honestly, my internal dialogue. My goal is 100 million. From 100 million, we gonna get billions once we get there. But I tell myself, I'm already $1 million man. Already.
Well, I say that already. I already know I'm a millionaire. That's that right now. I say that. You have to own who you are. You have to own it. You know what I'm saying? This is what I tell guys when I was in prison. I talk to them because I've been practicing being a mentor since I was behind the wall. So I tell people, if we on the block and we talking, what we talking about? We talking about what's going on the block. Such and such got shot, such and such got locked up. This chick had sex with this one, she jumped into that, right? But then if you at work, what you talking about? You're talking about the work. You at the office, you're talking about the office. So now, this is when I start to tell people that NAAA is not just for drugs and alcohol. Because that's true. People, places, and things. You have to change the people that you with, which is going to help you change the places that you are, which is going to help you change the things that you're doing. So it all works. It's a universal thing. It's not just a narcotic. Because I'm not addicted to a narcotic, but I'm addicted to a lifestyle. I chase that lifestyle every day. Every day I chase this lifestyle. It's just me figuring out my formula on how can I achieve the same lifestyle or more without breaking the law.
in the midst of it, I always think like, bro, you're too talented for this to be your fate. You know? You're too talented to be a victim of a botched robbery. You know? You're too talented to go to jail for 30 days and get stabbed up. You have too much to offer not to take the risk of not flying when you jump off the cliff. You know? They say being an entrepreneur is like jumping off a roof and building a spaceship on the way down. Which is interesting enough because we're on Basa News right now, and my second project was titled How to Build a Spaceship. I was completely infatuated with astronomy.
I love how you just broke that down too, on what the organization means. Cause I'm really sitting deep and suck that in, cause that was deep.
It's time for it.
Opposite of NASA. Wow.
It's time for
Yeah, that was
it. We can
strong.
express ourselves
That was
and build beyond
Yeah.
and look into the heavens.
That was a strong jewel, bro. That was really. Please, when you do this, when you edit that, I need you to explain the definition of that one more time, because I need our viewers to know exactly what that means, because that was dope. When you really dissect what he was saying.
Absolutely.
If you really just sit there and listen to what he was saying, not hear what he was saying, listen to what he was saying.
Understand.
Woo, Lord. That was nice.
It's time. I think that, sometimes the human spirit can be bored. Chasing around the same thing over and over. We gotta take this thing to another level. I think that's why we stumble. I hear people talking. They talk about how hard it is. The things that they do. It seems to me that they keep shooting their own selves in the foot. If you hurt me, you hurt you. Understand?
Yeah, see, but
you understand my point?
Yeah,
see,
but
you can't. See, if you shoot me in the foot, you done shot yourself. Don't you see what time it is? If you can't see what's going on in these big cities now,
but that's the thing.
if you can't see it now,
But that's
and like we got regular eyes,
Yeah.
and then we got mechanical eyes,
Yes.
right? Like these are here, like 6 eyes. These
Yeah.
are bifocal. You understand? Now, if you don't know what time it is, then I don't know what to tell you.
But
don't you see
a
the
lot
big
of people,
wave coming?
a lot of people can't see the wave.
Yeah.
No, that's the serious.
bottom line.
They got clouds in front of their eyes.
Wonder
My
about
mentor, Poe, pardon cut you off,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
He said you only see as far as you look.
Yeah.
You only see as far as you look. So it's really awareness is the first goal. You got to accept where you at, accept who you are, in order to gauge the next steps. Because if you don't know where you started from, or what's happening in your surroundings, what are you gauging your actions off of? What are the next steps based off of if you're unaware of what's happening in your environment? So we have. I'm thankful that we connected to the mayor's office. I remember I didn't care about these things. Where it's like it's not my problem. My message is my message, and whatever. You know what I mean? But now that we're in the community centers and we see how these children are being treated, or the lack of training that their instructors have. We know firsthand. I know firsthand what's going on for the first time probably ever. I mean, on such a big scale. I was inside my small world. Now that I'm out here and I'm committed to making a positive impact on things, my conversations are different. Who I'm speaking to is different. And my time is more valuable. And hopes to be a mirror to people, because I'm not behaving this way because I'm high and mighty. I'm behaving this way because I want you to follow my lead. I'm living by example. We raise our consciousness, we raise our self-awareness, our self, just how we view ourselves, man.
Well, we can't get lost.
Cannot.
While we elevating, we cannot get lost.
Absolutely.
Cannot, because that's where the disconnect comes. Because as you start to elevate your thoughts, vocabulary, you talk to different people. Guess what? You forget about the young boy that's sitting right here chasing these Rockskis and these Perks. You forget about it. So, and that's what's been happening. At least right here in my city. That's what's been happening. Is a disconnect. And then they wondering why they can't reach the people. Is because you're already so far disconnected from them.
That's not even real.
Yeah, so like now they don't believe what you're saying. You could be telling them everything that's right. They don't believe.
And that's what I'm saying. So earlier in the conversation, it's like, all right, this message ain't for you.
But
Everybody can't be talking to. Everybody can't talk to everybody.
Yeah.
It's impossible for me to do a message. I could attempt. I could do it. I could say I'm doing it. But certain people gonna resonate with my message, and your message gonna resonate with certain folks.
Exactly.
And we gotta honor that, and we gotta hone in on that.
That's what makes us so dope.
Exactly.
That's what makes us so dope.
Exactly.
Because that merge. When you have two different lifestyles, but still the same lifestyle.
Nice.
Because we're living parallel.
Nice.
It's just you living in your own world, I'm living in mine. But we're going through the same thing. Just look what happened. Dead serious. What a coincidence. You have a lady issue? Guess what? I'm having a lady issue. And it just happened.
It just happened.
Like literally.
Literally. Unbelievable.
But I had no idea what you was going through. You had no idea what I was going through. But when we got together, we was going through the same thing.
I need a hug, bro.
Parallel.
Help me heal right quick, bro, because like yes, and that's life is so big. Life is big, but it's deeper than what we can see. We can't really live off of what's been presented to us any longer because we see that it's deeper than that. It's deeper than rap. It's deeper than what's on the surface. It's deeper than 3D. It's deeper than 3. It's deeper than 6 senses. You know, so if we gotta redefine. We gotta redefine our culture. We gotta redefine our approach. We gotta redefine what family means to us. We gotta redefine what love means to us. Redefine what healing means to us. Redefine what knowledge of self means to us. You know, it's so much that we've been told how to view things, and what's innate, it doesn't resonate or doesn't match with what we feel naturally. What my soul's naturally telling me, and what they told me, how they told me I should be feeling about whatever the subject matter may be, it ain't matching up correctly. Something's off, and I feel it. And I feel off. Now I have mistaken identity issue. You know, so it's just time, brother. It's just time. It's just time. And ain't no other time than right now. Only thing I know is right now. Even when you do it tomorrow, it's still gonna happen right now.
Right now. Right now. You make us who we are.
Absolutely.
Jimmysodope. Funami 973. 1217.
It's at 1217.
Lifestyle.
We keep going.
Real.
It's more because the bill don't stop.
Sure, don't. I take you to the hood and you'll see.
This young bro right here
I'll
just
show
went
you
right with
the
a little
fact.
while ago.
What's up, my guy? You feeling, soldier?
You rap?
Yeah.
Tell them to come over here and do one.
They motivated.
Huh?
They motivated. They building you. They motivated. They doing what they doing. Respect that. I respect that. If other people came over here otherwise.
He's probably shy.
Nah, he ain't shy.
He ain't shy.
He come to me he see me, he come.
That man is a superstar. He ain't shy. He see the camera. He know what's up. A different level of professionalism. The other brother came over here.
He didn't know no better.
He ain't know no better. You see where he was dressed, and no disrespect to how he was dressed, but you could tell certain things, certain aesthetics. He know what's up, and that's my man. Love him 10,000%. See, he made eye contact. He ain't look back over here. He know what the camera means. We working. I mean, I think like one thing I want to, this film that we're producing, one of the key things that I want is movement. So like we need this thing right here. We need this thing. Like this is absolutely pertinent. Science still we need it. I do want to movement. Make sure we capture movement. So it's not for today. Yeah. So it's a lot of stuff on the calendar. You know, we manage our calendars. It's not to micromanage our time, but we really get a hold of our calendar. I mean, in my opinion, the 30-day, as you work up to the 90-day, the 3-month, so we work from months to quarters to halves, and after that we do like, you know, how they do. We be years in advance. You know.
I got this spot, right? That I bet you nobody don't even see it, right? I walk by it every time I go to the north. I want to take a picture of it. It's right there by the train station. Have you even seen it? They got a picture.
What train station?
Right here by the light grab.
Broad Street Station.
By the Broad Street Station, right? They got a picture of Dr. Martin Luther King, right? On the wall, right? With 2 guns going around. Right on the wall.
I don't know where that's
On
at.
Broad Street Station?
On Broad Street Station.
Is somebody painted there?
I guess. No, but it's like, yeah, it's like somebody spray painted. Like when you had the thing, you just put it there, you like that. His face clear, Dr. Martin Luther King, and then you see 2 guns, like this. Dr. Martin Luther King, the guns pointed towards you, the person that's standing there. I see it. I want to take a picture there. I see it every time I walk by it.
It's fine. I never peeped it.
Yes, I peep weird, you know, little stuff like that. I'll be looking for art. That's a cool piece right there. I'm telling you. Because then cause to make this more, cause bring you in the hood, let you feel the hood energy and see how people converse, because people gonna come and they gonna start conversing in the hood. And you can see what their mentality is, how they thinking. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they're not even thinking about next week. They just care about now. I got one individual that's on the block. All he's saying is, I'm gonna keep going hard till they lock me up. He already planning his
Brings to his
demise.
energy, yeah.
Let me ask you this right here. You say you're gonna keep going hard until they lock him up, right?
Yeah.
So he ain't selling no apples on the corner, is he?
No.
So is his heart compared to you shooting your brother in the foot?
It's his heart compared to him.
He say he's gonna keep going hard, right?
Yeah.
But is his heart compared to you shooting your own brother in the foot?
It could be. Because when you say that you're going hard, I mean, you're willing to go to the extreme for what it is that you do.
So what you doing? Are you building up the people or you tearing them down?
Oh no, that right there is tearing down. No ifs, ands, and buts
So
about it.
if you tearing your own down, right? Do you have room to talk? Should there be sympathy for you?
But yes, of course, because he might not know no better.
And that's exactly why.
You did
That's
that
exactly why, and that's why we can't crucify him.
You know what
what I
I'm
mean?
saying?
'Cause that's exactly like I asked you a question. You know, at what point, you know, did you become Funami 973? And then that's not because that's just your rap name. You know, that's when you came into your own. As prior to that understanding of self, you was somebody else. You was somebody else, and that person right there, that's the person that needs the love.
I got a question.
Yeah.
All right. You know how a person say, this person is crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He knocked that old lady down, took her pocket, right? He crazy. They say he crazy, right?
Some might say that.
Right? All right. But crazy, right, is a mental state, right?
Yeah.
So if you crazy, you should know the difference between an old lady or a bus coming down the street.
Not all the time.
If you crazy.
Not all the time.
If you crazy.
It's
So
levels.
wait. If you crazy, right? If you're crazy, then you shouldn't have a judgment. So if this was 10, 13, 20 years ago, Mike Tyson was walking down the street, you should just walk up to him because you crazy. You have no judgment.
Yeah.
But even in your craziness, right, you seem to know who to jump on. You understand my point?
I understand.
You understand my point? Even in how if you crazy is a state of mind. If I was crazy at 13 bucks, so I'm going out there right now, I'm gonna stop it, because I'm crazy, Right? Or I go jump on a guy that's walking down here if I'm crazy. Why must I find somebody in a wheelchair can hardly walk, beat down, and jump on them and beat them up? Because I know I can get away with it. Because even in your craziness that you say, you have some judgment.
But that doesn't go for everyone. You can't put that on a blank scale. You can't. Because there's some people that's crazy enough that will go at Mike Tyson.
Well,
that
let's
will
see it.
go
We don't
at
see
you.
that. No.
That
I
will
like
go,
to see it.
That will go at you. Mike Tyson has been robbed before.
No, I mean, I like to see. You know what I'm talking about. Anybody can be robbed. I'm talking about how people jump on people. I'm saying. I'm using this analogy
Yeah.
just to bring the whole thing home. That most people, at some point, know what they're doing.
Of course. You know.
They know.
You might get a lapse of judgment, but you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
You know what's right from wrong.
You know what you're doing.
So, you
But
know what I mean?
that's not everybody though, to be honest, because I have met people in my traveling who really don't know. Like they really that messed up on that medication, that messed up. Like it's levels to it. But what you're saying, as a majority, you are 100% correct. People know who to jump on and who not. They probably on the weed. No ifs, ands, and buts about it.
They victimized.
No ifs, ands, and buts about it. I done sat there, I'm telling you, I done sat there on the block with work and everything, and people did not come and try to touch my stuff. But this guy right here, because he looked weak, they went right after him. So what you're saying for the majority part, yes, it's just that's not just a full blanket.
Sad.
Because anybody can get it. My little guy was saying anybody can get it. So
That's just like, okay, with all gang members are not bad.
That's right.
But if you look at it, that's what it is, because the majority is doing what? Bad stuff, stupid stuff that don't make no sense. So what happens? That little couple people that is doing, that standing guard and really doing what it's supposed to be from the reason what it was created for, they not being heard. Because the world gonna look and say, nah, well, this is what they're doing, this is what they're doing, so it gets the pull, they just paint the whole thing red or blue. Not realizing that it's people in there that's not on that. But that don't matter, because the majority is what they on.
Or at least what they publicize.
Yeah.
Because can we really say majority when we ain't traveled to every hood in America?
Yeah, right about that. Definitely right about that.
Say it again?
To generalize anything, to say like all gang members are bad, is to say that we travel every hood in this country and spoke to every gang member and got a, you know what I mean, sociological breakdown of statistics of what's been happening. We ain't doing that. So I do my best, my absolute best not to generalize in any capacity. Whether it's calling people crazy, because it's different classifications. You know, different diagnoses or like that. The bottom line is it's all about healing. I'm not really into talking about the problem too much, because the solution is so right here, right now. We are so actively in the solution. To put too much energy on the problem is to do what they do on national television.
And anybody could be labeled crazy, because crazy is just a form of insanity, right? People that's insane keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, right? So we all could be, at moments could be crazy.
We all have, and we continue
You know
to, at moments, do things that could be classified as crazy.
Put it like this. My criminal record shows that I'm crazy, because I kept doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result.
I mean, my level of my finances. We ain't millionaires yet. Apparently, I'm doing something wrong.
Yes, that's how I feel.
Especially when it ain't a secret how to get it. We got social media, we got YouTube, we have just abundance of people. They're pouring millions and millions of dollars into Newark. We have all this human capital that we have. I got all these beautiful brothers and sisters. I got these products. I look great. Something's missing in the chain. So therefore.
But you say that you have YouTube, how much work do you have on YouTube now?
Oh man, I have quite a few. Most of the live performances. I performed a lot in my career. So I have a lot. Google Jimmysodope or Google Jimmy Dice. Put in YouTube. Put in on Google. You'll see mostly live performance videos from just fans and from my team. So yeah, I have put in work. Was it strategic? Is the question. Was there a clear-cut, defined goal in place? That's the question. And I can tell you no. Things are different now. The whole I walk out the door these days, fool. I feel like it's just gifts. I feel like I take a deep breath. I feel gifts. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole world is giving itself to us right now. I'm honored. I'm proud of us.
Pushing forward, man. Pushing forward. 12-17.
Yo, that's like insanity. Yo, McDonald's. Yeah, I'ma say it. We don't need to eat McDonald's. We see what it's doing to people. Shit. Meat itself. We see that meat itself isn't particularly bad, but the way we get our meat from is very bad. The people who distribute meat to our communities is really bad. You know, I went to a restaurant one time. It was more expensive to get a veggie sandwich, a vegan sandwich with avocado than it was to get a chicken sandwich that they had to actually kill an animal to serve me.
Yes, sir.
Nothing had to die for me to get this avocado. You just pick out, whoop, pick it, whoop. So everything is upside. A lot of things upside down.
Gotta believe it.
What are we gonna do about it? Are we gonna keep pushing with this trauma release program, understanding that you ain't crazy, but you just misinformed, misguided, mistreated? Are we going? You just don't know no better because you was taught wrong? Are we going to keep sending our children to public schools? I am proof that I didn't learn anything in public school. I went there already knowing how to read and add and subtract for what I'm using in my day-to-day life. I'm not using nothing in chemistry right now. I'm not using it. I'm just not. I'm not using nothing in my U.S. history. I'm not using anything in my U.S. history class, especially not the perspective of it. It's all told from the oppressive perspective. So, are we going to still send our kids to public schools? Yep. Are we going to remix public schools, call them charter schools, and still develop children in a manner where they're just employees? That's insanity. That's crazy. Yeah.
Word. Hamburger, you know that's my thing, man. Cause we gotta have fun. We all this heavy stuff, man. We gotta have some fun too. Like I like to, at least not on camera. I don't like to smile. I'm gonna keep it 100. But off camera, I like to smile. Yeah.
Man, I got them teeth is out over here, man. You gonna see these teeth over here. You gonna see these teeth. You know what I mean? And
I had a different training.
I feel you. You know, and I mean, hey,
I'm breaking out of it though.
If I was to let how I was trained to be my MO, I wouldn't smile neither. You know, I wouldn't have a reason to. I would look at everything that I've obtained and I've lost, and I look at how I wish I had X, Y, and Z. I would live from a place of I don't have, as opposed to a place of abundance. Life is abundant. How they gonna say it's poverty in the world, or you know, it's food shortages when the whole planet is abundant? There's enough food to feed everybody thousands of times. But greed is in the way. Gluttony is in the way. Hate is in the way. Lust is in the way. So, yeah, we are actively breaking chains, actively shaking off them demons and them things that ain't got no business being known us, that was placed upon us. We ain't choosing.
And that's what I'm in the transformation in right now. I'm breaking a lot of old chains. Because since the age of 9, I had to really run my household. Like, seriously. Who 9 years old running their household? Like, diapers came and got us. My grandmother got us. She was an alcoholic. We stopped drinking before she could get us. couldn't read or write, so that means everything that had to be done, I had to do it. I had to handle the bills, I had to handle everything. I missed out on school and everything, and I was an honor roll student. I went to NJIT from the age of 6th grade to the 9th grade. When I was a freshman, I was taking trig and math as a freshman, and still chose the street. Still chose the streets because it was giving me, it was pulling me in a way.
Feeding you.
You know what I'm saying?
It's feeding you. Like right now, they talking about how they gonna give these college athletes, you know, how they gonna give them money.
About time.
Not about time. Shit. How about rewarding students for getting on the honor roll? Because if you think inner city kids are gonna be satisfied with gold stars on the chart, as opposed to, especially when they got little brothers and sisters at home that need food, and you the man in the house.
And my point is that.
You know,
That was my point.
it's time to step into reality, man. These moments are so therapeutic for me. It's time to step into reality. Like I have a vast imagination, and as a lot of my brothers and sisters. But let's step into what's really, really real, then apply our imagination to what's real, as opposed to just this fantasy world we've been living in. Let's take what's real, throw some sauce on it.
Yes.
You know, it's time to be bigger, fool. We gotta be bigger. We are black gold, man.
No, the thing is, owning that you are big.
Own
We
it.
was already
Own it.
big. We just didn't know it.
Own it. The awareness
We didn't
of
own it.
yeah.
We didn't. We wasn't aware how big we was. See, now when you start to become aware of it, people start to look at you different. That's why your conversations are different. This is why this is happening, because now you are aware that you are black gold. And now that you're aware, you owning it, guess what? You walk different now. So while you walking different, you attracting different people. But remember, do not get disconnected. Don't allow yourself to elevate to this imaginary plateau and then forgot where you come from and what you do, women you love.
I mean, it all goes back to the broken heart. And I can't wait to, I don't want to talk so much about the next collection, but just know that the next collection will be ready for the fall and winter seasons. And it's all about the aftermath, what happens after healing.
Yeah. You will love.
Jimmysodope.
Funami 973.
We are 12-17.
17.
It's a lifestyle.
Better believe it. Hamburger.
All that part.
That part right there. That hamburger.
Basa News.
I love
Good
that.
That's the move.